I appreciate the chance to be with you. You used the word shocking. I think that was a general sense of the Republican conference when we heard John make the speech to us this morning around 9 o'clock. I think we were all pretty much surprised that he would do so, and that he would do so as quickly as he did. In other words, the turnaround will be sometime next month in October.
Sir, what problems did you have with Mr. Boehner's leadership?
So I think that we have found ourselves in Washington and in the country generally in a lot of challenging situations, whether it's the problems with the administration, whether it's the fact that we have not had a administration that has been responsive to either Congress or to the American people. And for those reasons, you see, of course, I think in the polls across the country as well, that the American public is frustrated, as am I, with the direction that Washington has been going. I think that's why you see the percentage of the polling numbers show that the public from both sides of the aisle, from left and right, Republicans and Democrats, just feel a sense of frustration that we're just not able to move things along. And I'm optimistic as we go forward. I wish John all the best, and I was certainly optimistic as we go forward that we'll be able to address those problems going ahead.
Sir, you mentioned about some of the problems, some of the stalemate, if you will, that's taking place on Capitol Hill. Is that all Speaker Boehner's fault, or do you have some members of the party who just have an ideological difference, a split, if you will, with the Speaker, and they'd like to see things go in a different direction?
Well, there's the old saying, give credit where credit is due. I never heard the flip side of that saying, but I guess if there's responsibility, put responsibility where it's due. A lot of that responsibility of the stalemate that we have had in Washington for the last half a dozen years sits squarely on the Senate, and specifically with Harry Reid, who has said repeatedly that he would not move a single appropriation bill, even though it may pass in a bipartisan manner in the House. He would not move a myriad of other bills to keep the government open, again, even though they may move in a bipartisan manner, if Harry Reid didn't get what he wanted. And as folks watching know, although the Republicans hold the majority in the Senate, you still always need a half a dozen Democrats to come on board, and they have always said a resounding no, regardless of how bipartisan the bill may be before them at the time. And that's the real frustration I think most of us have.
New Jersey.